History remembers warriors. History remembers kings. But history often forgets those who fought from the shadows. This is the story of a man whose hidden intelligence shaped the decisions of the Islamic state of Medina, a man historians would call the first secret agent of Islam. He was so effective, so dangerous, that even many Muslims did not know who he truly was. So, let us begin the story. The grandfather of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, Abdul Muttalib, had 10 sons, but history remembers 4 of them most vividly: Abu Lahab, Abu Talib, Hamza ibn Abdul Muttalib, and Al-Abbas ibn Abdul Muttalib. When Prophet Muhammad openly announced his prophethood, the powerful leaders of Makkah turned against him. Even his own uncle Abu Lahab, a harsh and cruel man, became one of his fiercest enemies, causing him pain at every opportunity. But another uncle stood like a shield. Abu Talib, gentle in nature yet firm in loyalty, defended the Prophet ﷺ against every enemy. A few years later, Hamza ibn Abdul Muttalib, a fearless and powerful warrior, embraced Islam. And then there was Al-Abbas, a man of wealth, a master of trade, one of the most influential businessmen in Makkah. Like other Quraysh leaders, Al-Abbas led massive trade caravans from Makkah to Yemen and Syria. He was among the richest men of the city. Because of his status, he attended every secret meeting of Quraysh. His presence raised no suspicion. And this is exactly what made him perfect. His business, his influence, and his deep connections turned him into Islam's most valuable secret asset. Al-Abbas helped the Prophet ﷺ silently. In public, he remained quiet. In private, he was always alert. As the message of Islam spread, the persecution intensified. Muslims were tortured, beaten, boycotted. Life in Makkah became unbearable. The Prophet ﷺ traveled to Ta'if to spread Islam, but instead of support, he was met with stones and cruelty until his blessed body was covered in blood. Broken in body, yet unshaken in faith, he returned to Makkah. The Quraysh believed he had no options left, but Allah had already opened another door. During Hajj season, a small group from Madinah came to Makkah. The Prophet invited them to Islam. They accepted. Later, under the cover of darkness, they requested a secret meeting. That night, 73 men and 2 women quietly left their camps. When they reached the meeting place, they saw only 2 figures approaching. One was Prophet Muhammad ﷺ. The other was Al-Abbas ibn Abdul Muttalib, leader of Banu Hashim. Al-Abbas stepped forward and said, "O people of Madinah, if you take my nephew with you, the entire Arabia will turn against you. If you can protect him, then take him. But if you cannot, leave him here. We, Banu Hashim, are ready to defend him." The people of Medina replied, "We are a people of war. We will protect him with the last drop of our blood." The migration to Medina began, but Al-Abbas stayed behind in Makkah. He concealed his faith deliberately to remain within Quraysh and protect Muslim interests from the inside. After the Muslims reached Medina, war broke out. The Battle of Badr. Against all odds, the Muslims emerged victorious. 70 Quraysh leaders were captured, among them was Al-Abbas. He had joined the Quraysh army only to protect his secret. After paying ransom for himself and his nephews, he returned to Makkah. The mission continued. Al-Abbas attended every council, every secret discussion, and every plan was sent quietly to Madinah. Before the Battle of Uhud, when the Quraysh army marched from Makkah, Al-Abbas sent a letter through a fast messenger. It contained the army's numbers, weapons, and full strategy. The message reached Medina in 3 days. That warning saved lives. Even the Muslims did not know who was protecting them from the shadows. And then came the day history had been waiting for, the conquest of Makkah. The Prophet ﷺ marched with 10,000 believers. Makkah fell without resistance. The same city that had driven him out with cruelty now stood silent. Its leaders lowered their heads, expecting revenge. The Prophet ﷺ asked, "What do you think I will do with you today?" They replied, "You are a noble brother, son of a noble father." The Prophet ﷺ said, "Go, you are all free. No punishment upon you." Soon after, the Battle of Hunain took place. This was the first battle where Al-Abbas stood openly as a Muslim warrior. As Muslims advanced, they were ambushed between two mountains. Arrows rained down. The army scattered, but the enemy froze in disbelief. One man stood firm, with only a few companions. It was Muhammad. As enemies charged, the Prophet moved forward, not back. He called to Al-Abbas, "Call the Muslims back!" With his powerful voice, Al-Abbas shouted, "O Muslims, where are you going? Your Prophet is here!" When the Muslims heard his voice, they turned back instantly. The army regrouped. The Prophet lifted a handful of dust and threw it toward the enemy. Al-Abbas later said, "By Allah, that dust reached every enemy's eyes and noses." Panic spread. The enemy collapsed. Allah granted the Muslims a decisive victory, and Allah revealed in the Quran, "And you did not throw when you threw, but Allah threw." After this victory, the Prophet took Al-Abbas to Medina. He had been the eyes and ears of Islam, a man who risked his life so the truth could survive. The Prophet ﷺ used to say, "Al-Abbas is from me, and I am from him. Whoever harms Abbas harms me." Whenever Al-Abbas entered, the Prophet would stand in respect and seat him beside himself. Though before Islam, interest-based trade was common, Al-Abbas was deeply involved in it. At the farewell sermon, when interest was declared forbidden, the Prophet ﷺ announced, "All interest of the time of ignorance is abolished, and the first interest I abolish is that of Abbas ibn Abdul Muttalib." Al-Abbas continued serving Islam until his death in 32 AH, 653 CE, during the caliphate of Uthman ibn Affan. He was about 88 years old. When news of his death spread, all of Medina came out. The crowd was so large that roads were blocked. Everyone wanted to carry the coffin of the man who stood closest to the Prophet ﷺ. Thus was buried the uncle of the Prophet, the first secret agent of Islam, Muhsin of Islam, Al-Abbas ibn Abdul Muttalib. From his lineage rose the Abbasid Caliphate, ushering in the Islamic Golden Age. If you like this true story, subscribe to Legacy Lens and let us travel through history together.